All right.
So,
everybody. Isaiah Milton.
All right. So I thought I'd just talk a little bit about who I am, what we're up to with Primetime, just since many people don't know me here, and I haven't actually presented before. So we are Primetime Remodels. We do kitchens, basements, bathrooms, and a lot more different types of remodels. So if you have anything in your house that needs a refresh, just give us a call and we can figure out if we're a good company or if somebody else would be a good fit for you. So we'll go over a couple little things today. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet for you. So we'll go over a little bit of an introduction, history, how Primetime was actually started, why we chose remodels, how we deliver a remodel that actually wows, a couple example projects, and then some wrap-ups and questions and answers if you have them. So a little bit about myself. I do have a lovely wife of 7 years, and then we also have 2 little daughters, 1.5 and 3.5 years old. So we are tired a lot of the time, but we absolutely love this season of life. So I've been in construction for 12 years. As soon as I was 18, we started in commercial construction, then went to framing houses, being a trim carpenter, did a little bit of roofing, window setting with Pella windows. So I've kind of had my hand in just about everything that you can possibly think of. So hobbies, I kind of talked about this. When I'm not building things, I really enjoy building things. And if we want to look at a different hobby this year, something we enjoy doing every spring is we will actually tap our front maple tree. Again, a little redneck stuff. And we will boil down and make maple syrup out of our front tree stock, if you will. So just a couple little fun things there. So a little bit about our history. While I have been in construction forever, 2018 is when I actually took the jump. I was working for a builder out of Ankeny that we just didn't mesh with real well. They were going through a little bit of financial heartaches. And so then we decided to take the leap and try and create a company that actually honored clients the way that we really wanted to honor them. Because we realized in the industry, it just wasn't really a thing. So we started out doing a lot of handyman work, a lot of remodels. It's really just me, really fine-tuning processes and systems, and really just kind of creating that base for what we were going to launch into. In 2020, we kind of added quite a bit of different venues. We tried to do real estate. We did a lot of investing and flips. We did handyman's remodels. We were your one-stop shop for everything residential. About in 2020, I guess that's wrong, 2024, we realized that people really loved our systems and our processes. They liked the quality, and the quality was never an issue. It was really the communication. There were certain things that really stuck out to people, and that's where we decided, hey, there's not enough remodelers doing this in our industry at a high level as far as communication, efficiency, timelines, sticking to schedules. And we realized that there's a really big need in our market for that. So, and so one of the things that really kind of struck me is when I got this one review from somebody that we worked out for in Norwalk, but it just talked about our organization, our consistency, the time that we took on projects, and the way that we minimize stress. We had started doing Google reviews about 2 to 3 years ago, and we just kept getting all of this feedback that was efficiency, time management, stress-free. And then I started looking at a lot of the other remodel companies, and they'd always get kind of a good review, kind of a great review, kind of a bad review, but it'd always just be the quality was good, but it never actually talked about the experience behind the actual remodel. So that led us to figure out, how is a remodel actually going to wow somebody? So we believe in 4 areas. Communication is one of our #1 items, schedule-oriented, transparent pricing, and then all in the details.
That's a 3.5 file.
I don't know.
Are you old enough?
I was not
Are you
born
old
in this
enough to know what
generation.
that is? Yeah, I didn't think so.
I actually got this entire presentation off Mike McCree's MySpace page.
That's good.
What was before MySpace?
Pen and paper.
Oh, no. Email, Telegram, Pony Express.
AOL.
All those things. So this is kind of an example of what we present with every single client. Obviously, our contractual terms and everything else in there is much, much longer. But the ways that we like to impress people is, 1, we have a great sales process. We want to make sure that we come out to your house. After we take all the info, we're actually going to come back out to present you with the exact numbers. We're going to break those numbers down very, very minor. That way you can actually see what this remodel covers. Why is the number the actual number? So I always like to tell people it's like baking a cake. You call me to bake a cake, I'm the baker, I'm the remodeler. This is my recipe to give you exactly what you want. And a lot of people will just say, oh, it's gonna be 50,000, it could be 10,000. Well, why is it that? So we like to break out the numbers where people can see it very exact. And the reason we do that is because you can take away some of those numbers, we just might not have a complete cake. And so this is our prescription for your remodel to make it the exact way that you would want it done. So we also like to do very clear and precise timelines. So when we come back to give somebody a quote, we will actually give them a breakdown that goes through, here's how many weeks your project's gonna take, here's exactly the first step, the second step, the third step, going all the way through everything. And that allows us to actually have an action plan moving forward. One thing that we heard from a lot of clients was, so we have a pre-questionnaire we do with every single client, and we say, have you worked with a remodeling contractor before? Was it a good experience or bad experience? Well, a majority of people say yes, and a majority of people say it was a bad experience. And what's the number one reason? Communication. They said it was going to take 2 weeks. They've been here 6 weeks. They said this, and there's that. And so there was never any clear expectations up front. So we try to mitigate that by actually having a plan that we can stay consistent to. And that timeline really helps our clients understand that. And then they can actually just check off the box and say, okay, this is done, this is done, this is done. And the whole remodel is actually planned ahead of time. So apart from that, we also do daily check-ins for absolutely every project. So the night before, you'll know when a subcontractor is coming the next morning, what items we need ahead of time as far as selections. Hey, we're going to have drywall done this week. In 2 weeks, we need to have that paint color selected. So that way we don't have that HGTV drama that a lot of remodelers like to feed on, which causes change orders and just inflates the price of the project. So apart from the communication aspect also, we also have an online portal where everybody can see their files, their documents, all of the messaging back and forth. That way it just keeps everything clean and in one place instead of we have emails over here, we have text messages over here, we've got all of this stuff going on. We're here to make the project stress-free for you. So, so pictures always reinforce the concept a little bit. So this is a covered porch conversion. The quote that you actually have in there are actual numbers for this project. And that's actually a rendering of the project that we give every single client so they can see exactly what they're getting ahead of time. So we converted this deck, essentially, into a covered room. We put spray foam in it. We put a fully functioning fireplace. There's actually a mini split up behind this fireplace area that's hidden. It's white, and you would never know it's there, but that way it gives the full heating and cooling aspect without necessarily having to run ductwork, and it was just a custom solution for this project. So we also put some custom windows in there. Those windows were about 500 pounds each. We didn't know that when we ordered them, but we found out shortly, and we did figure out a way to get those installed. So, and this would be the rendering that we gave the client about 6 months ahead of the actual project completion. So, just so they had an idea, and that rendering went through a lot of different changes after that, so we knew exactly what was promised and what's going to be delivered to a client. Oh, I hit something. I hit that button. So, a couple more pictures. This was a bathroom that we took. We actually wanted to make it a little bit more functional. It was a hallway bathroom in a little old 1970s West Des Moines home. The reason we wanted to make this a lot more functional is, one, we wanted to put an extra sink in there. It was their upstairs bathroom, which meant it's going to be a kid's bathroom in the future once they have kids, and having 2 sinks up there allows for a lot more features and use. So, we took out the bulkheads, we gutted quite a bit of things, pretty much did a full refresh on everything, and then the bathtub, we actually put a 14-inch deep soaking tub. That way they could actually take plentiful baths instead of your typical, I think usually it's about an 11-inch soaking tub. So this was an awesome remodel we got done with last year over in Waukee. So when I talk about heated shower floors, we actually installed a heated shower floor in here. And then we also put in a heated tile floor throughout the master closet 1, master closet 2, the powder room, and then also the main area. The reason that we did this is really because it was over a garage, and we just wanted to keep all of that air really warm up there. So Bernie's telling me I need to wrap it up. So A couple more pictures. We converted a garage stall into an actual functioning salon for a business owner, which was a very, very custom remodel, but turned out phenomenal. And this is a remodel that we are currently on the process with. So we installed a heated shower floor, redid a little bit more of a retro vibes in this 1970 home. Very unique project for us. All right, and that's pretty much it. So, dear Sharks, I am asking for what would make my days if you could actually flip over my business card, scan the code, save my contact, and then the next time that somebody needs a remodel, all you have to do is type in your phone in your contacts, remodeler, or remodels, and that'll pop up immediately. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. And then also on that page that QR code will take you to, if you just want to like our Facebook page, we always love having interactions with everybody. And so the more that you like, the more that you see, the more that you share, the more that you comment, always just helps us gain our media exposure. So any questions?
We got time for one.
Okay.
What was the square footage of that, the first remodel, the back porch?
So that was going to be a 19 by 12 remodel, which I believe was about 224 feet, roughly.
Okay.
So it was kind of double the size of your typical 12 by 12.
Gotcha.
So, and it led for a great cozy room. They put bookshelves in. So we had it all isolated, and that way it was just a very, very cozy room in general. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, Isaiah Milton.